Hey, what's up, gang? This is a short little video that's going to talk about my PC build that I ended up completing this year. Thanks for the help from Cobra VR. So that's Falendor and Anjay and Marisot 78, who's been here from the very beginning when I was talking about doing my brand new PC build. And they helped me out a lot with a lot of the parts and the pieces that I ended up using. They gave me a lot of inspiration to help build this. And due to the requests of Jay and Fal, who wanted to see the components, the reason why I chose those components and stuff like that. But I'm going to try to make this video as sweet and short as I can to move forward, so that way this thing isn't super long. So at the moment, this is my PC case. This is a new PC case to the market, and with the AIO is a new AIO that's new to the market. So this case is known as the Haven 420. This one is the vertical GPU mount because, of course, you see the vertical GPU that's over there, and the angled fans with the tempered glass that's here on the sides. So the current layout that I have is all basically 420 fans, except for the 120 fans that I have for the AIO, but I'll get to that in a moment. So as you can tell, all Chroma X from Noctua fans, really, really great fans as far as production, low noise quality, big fans, a lot of air pressure to keep a lot of cold air into it. So my current setup that I have is three 420 fans here for the intake. I have another 420 fan here for another intake. I have the 120 fans for the outtake or the exhaust. I have an exhaust fan here, and then I have three more 420 fans that I have for intake. This fan case it's multifunctional. When you get it, there's I believe it's 3 or 4 hard drive slots that you can have over here. You can take the hard drive slots off. There's a bracket that you can use I think you can insert up to a 17-inch monitor that you can put. That's a Longwise monitor that's there, but I just have it for fans because I think with my AIO and my fans, or say with the screen that I have in it, has way more than enough light than what I would need, especially since I'm on stream and nobody really gets a chance to see my camera. This is the highlights I'm going to have with my PC inside of a build, because most people don't normally see it anyway. So starting with the aesthetics that we have a 7-inch touchscreen that we have here, monitor with built-in speakers. This is for my front AIO location. Well, it's basically just a monitor. I can put anything I want on it, movies, GIFs, whatever. That one is just, I believe, just kind of a generic Raspberry Pi screen, only because I wanted to find something that I can do a 3D printed shroud that's around here, to kind of like a casing, so that way it blends in with the background and everything like that, so it sticks with the black build. I do have angled I believe 90. These ones are 180 degree because they're rotated inwards for the power cable, which is I believe a micro mini display port, and then I have an HDMI display, so that way the cables kind of run through the back here and then go to the back where the rest of my cable management goes. I do have this AIO screen here, which is a brand new AIO, which is new to the market. This AIO is the Trix Panorama 3D 360. The reason why there's 360 is because of the radiator. The radiator can house up to 3 120 fans. So these are the 3 120 fans that I do have on here. Aside from that, I do have 2 sticks, 32 gigs each, for my DDR5 RAM 6. These are G.Skill, running at 600 mega transfers a second. So aside from that, I do have both of those, and you do realize that there's very minimal RGB. So aside from that monitor down there, that AIO, which has all these different cool little 3D effects that you can add on to it, like those curved 3D screens that you see in like Times Square. The only RGB you're going to see mainly from those monitors, the sticks of RAM, the motherboard, and my graphics card that I have here. and I think there's my battery in the back is RGB, and that one's also a ROG Strix power supply, and that one has RGB. But at the moment, I have it turned off, so and you can't see it anyway because of the monitor that's behind it. So aside from that, I do have an Asus ROG Strix 870E-E gaming Wi-Fi motherboard. That's the motherboard that I'm using here. Great motherboard for exactly what I needed it for. I am rocking what's my my CPU? My CPU is an AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D with the 8-core processor. I am running Windows 11 Pro, so that's what that current setup is with the operating system and stuff like that. Now, the only thing that I really want to upgrade with this computer is this guy. So at the moment, it's running an MSI GeForce 4070 Super Slim. This one is not the graphics card that I wanted to get, but anybody who's building a PC in 2025 already knows the craziness that goes out with these expensive GPUs. The ones that I want to get is, of course, the 5090. The specific model that I want to get is an MSI Supreme. That one is the liquid cool one that has its own radiators and an intake fan. So that's the one that I want to get. I think roughly an MSRP, if it ever sells for that, is close to about $3,000, if I remember correctly. But unfortunately, you're never going to get one, at least not now with the scalping and stuff like that. So at the moment, I do only have a 4070 Super, which is something that I ended up buying, namely because it was one of the ones that you can get right towards the end of everything that's still a 4070 that outproduces my 3080 that I currently have in my streaming PC that I'm going to get to in just a second. So going around here on the side of this PC, we're going to go to my dual streaming setup here. This is my workstation number 2. This has all of my software that I have for my video production and 3D printing stuff, all that stuff, because I've had this PC over here for years. And that PC is an HP Omen 30L, which is the 30-liter case. All the RGB is turned off. And this has all of my workstation stuff. So for video editing, producing and stuff like that, and all of my OBS, which I run Streamlabs, is all on this computer. So how this works is that I have a wireless keyboard and mouse that I rotate from here to over here when I stream. And my third monitor that I have here at the moment, this monitor right here, when I am not streaming, this monitor basically represents whatever I want to put on here. So if I'm doing a stream where it's like a simple stream, this one will have like my streaming software, so like OBS and stuff like that. But then if I rotate that monitor down to my HDMI that I have a cable that's running from my other PC to this one turns my gaming monitor on to my other computer. And the reason why I have different backgrounds is so that way I know if it's on this background, then I know my monitor is set to this configuration. And if I see my SigmaScape screen, then I know that this monitor is connected to my streaming PC. So I do have a switchboard that's over here that that rotates a lot of things that's going to be on this computer. And if I hit one button, it swaps everything over that's plugged into the switcher over to my streaming computer that's on that side. So that's kind of the layout that I have, some of the components and some of the workarounds that I ended up having to do to get this thing to work. So hopefully you got a chance to enjoy some of the stuff that I got here, and let me know if there was anything that I could have improved. So catch you guys later.